This is Brent Anderson for BeerGuysTV. We're at Harriet Brewing for Rauchfest 2011. Come on, let's go. I'm backstage at Rauchfest 2011 talking to Kurt of
the Butane Soul Revue.
Can you tell me when you started your band and the kind of music that you play?
Sure, we play soul music, great music from the Memphis area from the late 60s to mid 70s. It's kind of our focus, with a lot of New Orleans influences as well, and a little bit of blues and a little bit of R&B. So we've been playing that since the Butanes were formed in 1983. And this is the big band. We've got 9 of us here, or 8 of us here today. So we've got 3 pieces of horns, a vocalist named Maurice J. Cox will be singing with us, and the 4 Butanes, and that makes the Butanes Soul Revue.
Can you tell me how you guys were contacted to be part of this event?
Well, I'm pretty lucky. I've been friends with Jesse, who designs the labels here. And Jesse said, Kirk, we'd love to have you down here. So the instant answer was a beer fest and a music fest. Boy, it's right up my alley. So, of course, we said yes.
All right, if people out there in the viewing world would like to contact you or find out more about your band, where would they go to find you?
A couple great easy spots. We're on the web at www.thebutanes, that's TheButanes.com, and we've got a Facebook page too, The Butanes, TheButanes.
So there you have it. Like the Butanes on Facebook if you want to contact them, or go to their website. Thank you. I'm standing with
Jesse Broad with Harriet Brewing.
Now, Jesse, what is your primary function here with the Harriet Brewery?
Well, my primary function at Harriet Brewing is the branding of Harriet Brewing. I am the artist and do all the design and logos and marketing for Harriet Brewing.
Now, as well as doing the designing and marketing, we also have behind us some of the pictures that you have painted.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit more about your style of artistry?
Yes, well, my style is kind of like a drip stipple technique, a little bit of pointillism, definitely abstract. I go for as psychedelic as possible. Lots of colors.
Yes, and they are quite grand as far as the coloring goes. How many years have you been doing this type of artistry?
I've been painting for, this would probably be my 6th year.
If you're doing a typical painting, how long does it take you from the start to finish for one of your paintings?
That's a great question. Sometimes I do live paintings and sometimes I do studio paintings. So for example, today I'm going to paint a Rauchfest painting, which will cover the entire event here, and it'll take me about 6 hours. Like the Autumn Brew Review painting I did here took me about 6 hours, and then some of the paintings I do for the brewery for each beer label can take anywhere from 40 to 80 or even longer. Studio pieces can, depending on the size, can take a long time.
I'm here in the brew room and I'm talking with
Paul.
Paul, what got your start in this great beer venture that you're on right now?
Well, I started about 5 years ago, and my girlfriend at the time bought me a book. And that book made homebrewing sound just really fantastically easy. So I went out and bought a kit and got started, made my first batch of beer that same day. And it's pretty much been on since then. I made 3 more batches of beer before I even tried that first one. And that was about it. I dropped out of college short after that and started focusing on building a professional brewery career. And that involved working at the homebrew shop Midwest Supplies for a couple of years, and then I went away to Siebel in Chicago and in Munich, Germany, and I studied there, and now I'm a German certified master brewer. The course in Germany was about 20 weeks, but there was also several months in Chicago, and before that I had been preparing for the course for about 4 years. Rauchfest is our extremely limited 1 day a year only drink it at the brewery beer. Our other 2 seasonals for the winter are Divine Oculus and Dark Abbey, and those are in order a Belgian Golden Strong Ale and a Belgian Double. And so they're both pretty strong. The Belgian Golden Strong is 8.5%, and it is a very light-bodied, light in color, easy drinking, dangerous beer. And the Belgian Double is much darker. It's brown in color, and it's brewed with an amber candy sugar, which is a lot like rock sugar, but it's from Belgium, and so it really adds an air of authenticity to the beer.
So, from my understanding, you are segueing from, you're taking two of your beers that you normally do during the summer months, and you're segueing to the two that you just spoke about. Which two are you taking offline for the season?
We've got our German-style Hefeweizen, which we call Vodenweizen, and our Belgian-style Saison, which is kind of a farmhouse seasonal beer. And those are very easy, light drinkers, good for a hot summer's day. And so those are being phased out. Today's the only day that you can come and drink all 6 beers that we make throughout the year. The one day you can do it. And so those are much lighter, easier to drink. They're good kind of lawnmower beers. And these new ones are a lot heavier, they're a lot stronger in alcohol content, and they're good for the cold weather. They'll keep you warm.
All right, can you give us a brief overview of what we're looking at here in the brew room?
Well, this is the brew house. So this is the heart of the machine. Over here on the left is the brew kettle, and that's where we can add heat to the system. And then over here is our lauter vessel and our hot liquor tank. So this is actually 3 separate vessels. And we add heat to the brew house, and so we're able to do the boil and the mash in there. And from then on we process. And so this vessel on top is the lauter tun, and that's where we separate grains from water. And once we do that, it's called wort, and that wort is what becomes beer. So we boil that wort, and then we cool it down, and we send it to the fermenters, where we add the yeast, and the yeast make the beer. So as a brewer, my job is to make wort and feed the yeast. And if I do a good job, then the yeast are happy, and then they make the beer that I want them to. If I do a bad job, then they don't.
I'm with a couple of the locals, and I'm going to ask them a few questions, so let's get that underway. What brought you out to the event today?
Beer.
Do you have a particular favorite beer, or was it just for the Harriet Island beer?
Harriet Island beer. I like the Rauchfest very much, and I love Jesse Brewing and the other people that work here. So.
And what brought you out today, sir?
My friend Jesse has been working on this. It's a project of his. I like to supporting the friends.
And are you gentlemen from the neighborhood?
I live way north.
I live 8 blocks down on Minnehaha.
There you go, local support for the Harriet Island Brewery.
Yes! All right, this is Jerry W. Cook from BeerGuysTV, and right now we are talking with...
This is Twisted Scott from the Twisted Groove. So,
okay, Scott, tell me about what you guys got going on here at Rauchfest.
We are making some shirts for Rauchfest. Let's see, where's the ones here? Let me hold up one of these.
I thought it was Rauchfest.
These are the shirts that we made for Rauchfest. There you go. Yep. And so custom made batik work. So those are all hand drawn for these people that we made this weekend. We do other shirts for groups and teams, hand dyed and hand batik, so they're all handmade. We have a place called the Twisted Groove, and we've been working on it for 20 years now. So,
okay, tell me about your process here that you guys do this stuff. You want to?
These ones are. Batik work is an old ancient art form which combines wax and colors, and then when we put those on the shirt, we hand draw that into the shirt, and then we will dye the shirts up around that and stuff, and then the image stays in there. So yeah, so it's an ancient art form, and we have, you know, combined it with the 1960s and brought it into the 2000s here. So yeah.
And if somebody wanted to contact you or take a look at more of your shirts, how would they go about contacting you?
They can find us at twistedgroove.com on the internet, or they can find our store in South Minneapolis on 34th Avenue and 45th Street, and our phone number is 612-721-3524.
All right, Scott, you burn a lot of incense in your store?
Incense and a lot of sage also, so yes, we say a lot of prayers and we do good work, so yes.
All right, well thank you very much. And this here is, again, Jerry W. Cook with...
Scott from the Twisted Groove.
And BeerGuysTV, and we'll talk to you soon.
And we are talking with...
Stephanie.
And John.
Now, what brought you two out to the event today?
Good beer, good time.
Yeah, beer, definitely beer.
Now, are you two from the local community, or did you hear about it?
I'm actually from Iowa, and I heard about it through locally from Facebook, actually.
And I've been to Harriet Brewing a lot, actually, on their non-Rauchfest days to drink their beer.
I think he might have a table. I'm here talking with Jason Sowards, the owner of Harriet Brewing, and I'm going to ask him a few questions about how this all started. So my first question today is, Jason, tell me how Harriet Brewing started.
I was a home brewer, and basically my home brewing evolved into the brewery that I have now. I worked as a chemical engineer in my previous career, and I still consider myself a chemical engineer. When I left my job as a process engineer and design engineer at the previous company, it was kind of natural for me to scale up my homebrewing process into a commercial brewing process, and it's worked out well so far.
So now we're at the first of what we hope to be many Rauchfests here at Harriet Brewing. What was the idea that got the whole Rauchfest festival started?
The beer and the event. Like wanting to celebrate Oktoberfest, because it's my favorite beer event to celebrate, and then you want to brew a beer for that event, and then I love smoked beers, so you make the smoked Oktoberfest. It was a natural kind of thing, and I've brewed it many times as a home brewer, and it was one that I just couldn't wait to do as a commercial brewer. It was hands down like one of the most important beers that we gonna make, and we're gonna build an event around it every single year. It's gonna be called Rauchfest, and we're gonna brew the beer, one double batch, and we're gonna have a big party and celebrate Oktoberfest our way, and we're also gonna use it to introduce, to say goodbye to the summer beers and welcome in the fall beers.
Hi, this is Kirk from the Butanes. You're watching Beer Guys TV. Beers to ya.
I'm speaking with
Andrew and Brian.
And we're here to find out what their booth is all about and how they're a part of the festival today.
We're the Minnesota Beer Activists. We're a member of Minnesota's first consumer beer organization. We try to speak to and for beer consumers in the state of Minnesota. You know, a lot of guilds exist and associations exist, but we didn't feel that they necessarily represented consumers and the things that were important to them. So we kind of took it upon ourselves to create Minnesota's first nonprofit beer consumer organization.
So what would you say right now you're working towards as far as a beer consumer in the state of Minnesota? What is one of the biggest things that you're working on right now to try and get changed?
You know, a lot of people in Minnesota are used to the status quo and the way things are, and a lot of beer consumers in Minnesota want those things to change, namely Sunday sales and being able to enjoy an off-sale beverage on Sunday. And a lot of people want to see brew pubs be able to distribute. They want to be able to buy merchandise from their local retailers. They want to be able to say, this is Sam's liquor store where I get all my beer, and I want to support Sam and his family and wear their t-shirt. They aren't allowed to do that. And those are things that are important to consumers, and those are things we talk about and try to inform people and also get feedback from them to see, you know, just where they feel things are going and what they can do to make a difference.
Now, I was told to ask you guys what you've done for Summit. Can you elaborate a little bit on that for me?
Well, we did some stuff for Surly Brewing, actually. Okay. We helped just a little bit get the Surly Pint bill passed last year through the legislature, where we sent some folks over to testify in front of their committees to just make sure that the consumer's voice was heard in that debate.
Thank you, guys. I am standing with two of the Derby girls for the North Star Roller Derby with Control Freak and Kzilla. Today we're going to ask them a few questions for the inquiring minds of BeerTV. So what brought you guys to this event today?
We're just here to help support other local Minneapolis businesses, and we like beer.
What?
And to get our name out to everybody so we know we're here and to come see us.
Okay. And what got you started in the whole roller derby experience?
Well, everybody's story is a little different. Mine was I had a friend's band play for the Roller Girls, and I was like, I could totally do that. And then I happened to be in a bar and met someone. She's like, oh, come on, come put some skates on, skate at a practice, see if you like it. And it was a lot of fun. I like to hit people.
Control Freak, what got you started in this?
I saw one of the ads on the light rail, and so I went to a bout and was like, holy crap, that's freaking awesome. Like, strong women, kicking ass. So I put on skates for the first time in January, and here I am, made the team.
Okay, so you started in January. How long have you been in the derby?
This is my 7th season.
Well, there you have it. We have the newbie, as she's referred to herself, as Control Freak, and a veteran of the scene, Kzilla. This is Brent Anderson reporting for BeerGuysTV at Rauchfest 2011. If you guys are looking for a good time next year, come here and check it out.
Thank you. Thanks so much.